Have you ever been caught off guard by words that feel like weapons crafted to manipulate, confuse, or control you? These are the dangerous phrases of a narcissist designed to shake your confidence and steal your peace. But here's the good news. With a Stoic mindset, you can rise above the chaos and take back control. As Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor, and one of history's greatest Stoic philosophers once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. By embracing the Stoic mindset, you can disarm even the most toxic words and remain calm, composed, and unshaken. In this video, we'll break down the most manipulative phrases narcissists use and show you how to handle them with the wisdom of Stoicism. If you're ready to strengthen your inner fortress, hit that subscribe button and join our journey toward resilience and peace. You're too sensitive. You're too sensitive. It sounds harmless, doesn't it? But let's be clear, this isn't just a casual remark. It's a subtle and dangerous form of emotional manipulation. It's designed to make you question your own feelings, to second-guess your reality, and to shift the blame away from the person who spoke it. This phrase is toxic because it serves a dual purpose. It diminishes your emotional experience while protecting the narcissist from accountability. By labeling you as too sensitive, they're essentially saying your feelings don't matter, while avoiding responsibility for their actions or words. It's not just dismissive, it's destructive. But here's where you take back control. As Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is the essence of empowerment. You can't control their words, but you can control your reaction, and that changes everything. When someone accuses you of being too sensitive, stop and reflect. Ask yourself, is my sensitivity really the issue, or is this an attempt to silence me? Most often it's the latter. Your emotions are valid. They're a signal that something important to you has been violated. Recognizing this is the first step to breaking free from their control. Now let's talk about how to respond. The key is to stay calm and grounded. Don't let their words provoke you. Instead, meet them with quiet strength. A simple, confident reply like, "That's your opinion, but I value how I feel," can be incredibly disarming. It asserts your worth without escalating the conflict. Every time you resist their attempts to manipulate you, you grow stronger. Each toxic phrase becomes an opportunity to practice resilience, to stand firm in your truth, and to reclaim your peace. This is where real power lies, not in silencing your emotions, but in mastering your response to them. "I'm the only one who truly cares about you." At first, it sounds like a heartfelt promise, a declaration of deep care. But don't be fooled. Beneath its comforting tone lies a hidden agenda. This is not about love, it's about power. These words are a trap, designed to isolate you, make you doubt others, and pull you deeper into their control. A narcissist uses this tactic to cut you off from your support system, convincing you that they're the only person you can rely on. Over time, this toxic dependency grows, leaving you more vulnerable to their manipulation. But here's the reality. No one person has the right to define your worth or control your relationships. As Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By shifting your mindset, you can see through their manipulation and take back your independence. The key is to recognize the intent behind their words. This isn't an act of care, it's a deliberate strategy to make you doubt yourself and those who truly care about you. Pause and remind yourself, I am capable of building and nurturing real connections, and I won't let one person control my reality. If you choose to respond, stay calm and composed. A simple reply like, "I value your concern, but I trust the people in my life to care about me," can be enough to set a boundary without escalating the situation. This subtle yet firm response sends a clear message: you see through their attempts and won't be manipulated. Every time you resist this kind of control, you reclaim a part of your freedom. True care is never about control, it's about respect and trust. If this message resonates with you, Hit subscribe and join us as we explore more ways to navigate toxic behaviors, build resilience, and live a life of clarity and strength. You're nothing without me. Few phrases are as cutting or as toxic as this one. You're nothing without me. It's not just a statement, it's a weapon. A calculated attempt to chip away at your confidence, to make you believe that your worth, your success, your very existence depends entirely on them. But let's be clear, this isn't about you. It's about control. A narcissist uses these words to create a false narrative, one where they are the central figure in your life, the sole reason for your achievements and happiness. Over time, this manipulation can erode your self-esteem, making you question your independence and believe the lie that you can't thrive without them. But here's the truth. No one else defines your worth. As Epictetus, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, "Man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes of them." Your value isn't something anyone can give or take away. It's yours, rooted in your actions, your character, and your resilience. The first step to breaking free from this manipulation is recognizing it for what it is, a desperate attempt to control. When someone says, "You're nothing without me," pause. Don't let their words shake you. Remind yourself, my worth is mine to define, and my life is built on my strength, not their presence. If you choose to respond, let calmness be your strength. Say something like, "I appreciate your perspective, but I know my value isn't tied to any one person." This response doesn't just set a boundary, it's a declaration of your independence and self-worth. Each time you resist this kind of toxic narrative, you reclaim your power. You remind yourself that your life, your success, and your happiness are yours to create. You always ruin everything. You always ruin everything. It's a loaded statement, designed to cut deep and leave you questioning yourself. But let's be clear, this isn't about you. This phrase is a tool of manipulation, crafted to shift blame and control the narrative. It's meant to make you feel small, inadequate, and responsible for problems you didn't create. A narcissist uses these words to avoid accountability, redirecting attention away from their actions and onto you. It's not about what you've done. It's about how they want you to feel guilty, uncertain, and powerless. But here's where you can take back control. As Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "Who then is invincible? The one who cannot be upset by anything outside their reasoned choice." This reminds us that while we can't control what others say, we can control how we interpret and respond to it. When faced with this kind of accusation, take a moment to pause. Resist the urge to react defensively or accept their blame. Instead, remind yourself their words reflect their own issues, not my reality. I am not defined by someone else's opinion. If you choose to respond, do so with calm confidence. For example, say, "I understand you're upset, but I don't believe that's an accurate representation of what's happening." This kind of response diffuses their attempt to control the conversation and keeps you grounded in your truth. Every time you reject the manipulation behind these words, you reclaim a piece of your peace and confidence. You remind yourself that your worth is not tied to anyone else's judgment, it's rooted in your actions, values, and self-awareness. "You'll never find anyone better than me." On the surface, it sounds like confidence, but dig deeper, and you'll see it for what it truly is, a desperate attempt to make you feel trapped. This phrase is not about your worth, it's about their fear of losing control over you. When a narcissist says this, their goal is clear: to make you doubt your ability to find happiness, love, or success without them. It's a tactic designed to lower your self-esteem and keep you tethered to a relationship or dynamic that serves their needs, not yours. But here's the truth: no one else determines your future. As Seneca, the Stoic philosopher and mentor to emperors, wisely said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, but because we do not dare that things are difficult." This is a powerful reminder that your ability to move forward depends on your courage to believe in yourself, not in their limiting narrative. The first step in countering this manipulation is to recognize its intent. It's not a reflection of reality, it's a reflection of their insecurity. Pause and remind yourself, I am worthy of love, success, and happiness, and I don't need anyone's permission to pursue them. When responding, calm confidence is key. You could say, I appreciate your perspective, but I trust myself to build a future that's right for me. This simple yet firm reply sets a boundary and reaffirms your belief in your own potential. Every time you resist this kind of manipulation, you take a step closer to reclaiming your independence. You remind yourself that your future is yours to shape, free from the control of anyone who tries to limit you. No one else will ever put up with you. It's a phrase laced with cruelty, designed to hit where it hurts the most. But let's be clear, this isn't a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their need to control. When someone says, no one else will ever put up with you, their goal is simple: to make you feel small, isolated, and dependent on them. This isn't about who you are, it's about their fear of losing their grip on you. By planting the idea that you're too difficult, too flawed, or too broken to be loved by anyone else, they aim to strip away your confidence and keep you tethered to their approval. But here's the truth: your value isn't determined by anyone else's opinion. As Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, you act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. This reminds us that our fears, like the fear of being unworthy, are often illusions we can overcome by recognizing our own strength and potential. When you hear this phrase, pause. Resist the urge to internalize their words. Instead, remind yourself, I am not difficult to love. I am worthy of respect, kindness, and connection. This simple affirmation is a powerful antidote to their manipulation. If you choose to respond, let your words reflect your self-assurance. Say something like, I don't agree with that perspective, and I believe I bring value to the people in my life. This isn't just a reply, it's a declaration of your independence and worth. Each time you refuse to let their words define you, you take a step closer to reclaiming your confidence. You remind yourself that healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, not on enduring mistreatment. It's all your fault. These 4 words carry a heavy weight, don't they? They're not just an accusation, they're a weapon. When someone says this, their goal isn't to find a solution or address a problem. Their goal is to shift blame, to make you carry a burden that was never yours to begin with. A narcissist uses this phrase to deflect responsibility, keeping themselves in the clear while making you question your actions, your judgment, and even your worth. It's a tactic designed to trap you in guilt, ensuring you stay focused on their needs instead of addressing the bigger picture. But here's the truth: responsibility is not something that can be handed to you like a punishment. As Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. These words remind us that while we can't control someone's accusations, we can control how we interpret and respond to them. The first step to countering this manipulation is to step back and assess the situation objectively. Ask yourself, is this really my fault? Or is this an attempt to shift blame? More often than not, you'll find that their words are about control, not truth. When you respond, keep your composure. A calm reply, I'm open to discussing the issue, but I don't think it's fair to place all the blame on me, can redirect the conversation toward accountability and away from blame shifting. Every time you resist internalizing their accusations, you take back your power. You remind yourself that guilt isn't a tool to be used against you. It's a signal for growth, not submission. You'll regret leaving me. It's not just a statement, it's a threat disguised as a prediction. These words are designed to plant seeds of doubt, to make you question your decision, and to create a fear of the unknown. But here's the reality: this isn't about your future, it's about their fear of losing control over you. When a narcissist uses this phrase, their goal is clear: to keep you tethered to the relationship through fear and uncertainty. They want you to believe that your happiness, your success, and even your survival depend on staying with them. It's a manipulation tactic rooted in their own insecurity, not a reflection of your potential. But here's where you reclaim your power. As Epictetus, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." These words remind us that the opinions and fears of others should never dictate our path forward. When faced with this kind of manipulation, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, is this fear real, or is it being imposed on me? More often than not, you'll realize that their words are an attempt to control, not a reflection of reality. If you choose to respond, let your words reflect your confidence in your decision. You might say, "I understand you feel that way, but I trust my ability to make the right choices for myself." This response is calm, assertive, and a clear boundary that shows you're not swayed by their attempts to manipulate. Every time you resist this kind of emotional blackmail, you take a step closer to your freedom. You remind yourself that regret doesn't come from leaving a toxic relationship, it comes from staying in one that holds you back. You owe me for everything I've done for you. You owe me for everything I've done for you. At first glance, it might seem reasonable, a reminder of the support they've offered in the past. But don't be fooled. This phrase is often a manipulative tool designed to make you feel indebted, guilty, and obligated to comply with their demands. When someone uses this tactic, their goal isn't gratitude, it's control. They frame their past actions as favors, not as part of a mutual relationship, and use them to leverage power over you. This isn't about balance or fairness, it's about tipping the scales in their favor. But here's the truth, relationships aren't transactional. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "If you do something good, never seek credit. Just do it because it is right." True acts of care don't come with strings attached, they're given freely, without expectations of repayment. When faced with this kind of statement, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, is this about genuine care, or is it a way to control me? Most often, you'll find that their words are about exerting influence, not fostering connection. If you choose to respond, let your words reflect your understanding of healthy relationships. A calm yet firm reply like, "I'm grateful for what you've done, but relationships are built on mutual care, not debts," can set a clear boundary. This response acknowledges their efforts while rejecting the premise that you owe them anything beyond mutual respect and kindness. Every time you resist this kind of manipulation, you reclaim your autonomy. You remind yourself that true relationships are partnerships, not power struggles. After analyzing these toxic phrases, one thing becomes clear. They're not just words, they're tools of manipulation and control. Phrases like "you're too sensitive" or "you'll regret leaving me" are not reflections of who you are. They're distorted mirrors created to make you doubt yourself. But you don't have to live under that control. Stoicism offers us a way out, a method to not only face these words, but to rise above them with calm and strength. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment." So how do you take back your power? First, recognize the intent. These words are not truths, they're tactics, deliberate attempts to control your emotions. When someone says, "You always ruin everything," remind yourself, this isn't about me. This is about them. Next, choose a wise response. You don't have to argue or prove anything. A calm response like, "I understand that's how you feel, but I don't agree," protects your boundaries while maintaining your self-respect. Finally, focus on what you can control. You can't change what others say, but you have full control over how you respond. By choosing calmness, you not only protect your inner peace, but also reclaim control over your life. Toxic phrases only hold power if you give it to them. But every time you choose calm over reaction, confidence over fear, you're building an unshakable foundation of strength within yourself. If you find these strategies helpful, hit subscribe today. Let's continue this journey to live a life of strength, freedom, and meaning. Remember, The power is always in your hands.